is Valley News Live at 4.
We begin this afternoon with breaking news. Emergency crews responded to the federal courthouse in Fargo today, where witnesses say a man apparently injured himself. That's where we find Valley News Team's Nishay Taylor. She joins us live with the latest. Nishay?
Yes, Stacey, we're still working to confirm some details, but according to a witness in the courtroom at the time, she said an older man was on trial for a series of charges, including gun charges. She also said the man was convicted on one of those charges and was facing life without parole. Now, the witness also said that his attorney asked for a 24-hour release, but that was denied by the judge. And that's when the individual stood up and turned around, and everyone in the courtroom could see that he had a laceration to his throat. Now, authorities did have to wrestle the gentleman down to the ground. The witness also said that there was plenty of blood all around the courtroom at the time. Now, we have reached out to the U.S. Marshal to confirm all of these details, and we're still working to identify the individual involved in this incident. Now, stick with us on Valley News Live as those details become available. Back to you, Stacey.
All right, Nishay Taylor, thanks so much. To the forecast now, many people are starting this week hoping for rain. Here's Hutch with a first look at tonight. Hutch?
Stacey, thanks so much, and good evening, everyone. As we close out this Monday, we continue to be a little on the breezy side. It's warm and it continues to be dry. There is a red flag warning for our northeast North Dakota counties out to the west through this evening. And our conditions, unfortunately, are only going to get more detrimental with respect to fire danger as we go through the next 24 hours. Look at the temperature in Roseau right now. It is 90 degrees there, 83 in Bemidji, 88 in Hallock, and it's in Fargo-Moorhead, 82 summer-like degrees at this hour. A couple of showers stretching from the International Falls area through the Arrowhead of Minnesota. For us, we stay dry. Temperatures this evening will be sticking in the 70s for most of the evening hours under clear skies. Our wind settles down, but only a pinch, Stacey, after sunset. Coming up, there is wind, there is rain, there's unsettled weather in the forecast. I'll have those details in a few moments.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch. New for you at 4, a trial date has been set for the former Minnesota police officer charged in the death of Daunte Wright. Former Brooklyn Center officer Kim Potter appeared in a pre-trial hearing this afternoon in Hennepin County. She's charged with second-degree manslaughter. Daunte Wright was killed on April 11th after a traffic stop. The former Brooklyn Center police chief has said he believes Potter meant to use her taser on Wright instead of her handgun. Body camera video shows her shouting taser multiple times before firing. Potter's trial is expected to begin on December 6th. A convicted sex offender from Virginia is now facing new charges in Moorhead. 30-year-old Zachary Harding is charged with 10 counts of possessing child porn. Police searched his home after his probation officer requested it. 3 phones and an SD card were confiscated. Detectives found more than 300 pictures and videos of young children involved in sex acts. Harding faces up to 100 years in prison. A Jamestown man is finally behind bars after a 2-week-long search. Police had been searching for 44-year-old Timothy Ost since May 2nd when he was named a person of interest in an aggravated assault case. Police say he broke into a trailer and stabbed a man before taking off on his bicycle. He was arrested on Saturday for an unrelated warrant. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says the legislature has come to an agreement on the state's budget. This comes on the final day of the legislative session. Walz says the main focus of the budget is recovering from this pandemic.
And I would be glad to say, in a fiscally responsible manner, to understand that COVID and the battle against COVID isn't totally done, but we have moved into a new phase. We have moved into a new phase where Minnesotans are now back in all of their businesses, they're back in their schools, and we're moving forward.
The details of each budget area are still being finalized. We have much more about that on valleynewslive.com. You can walk in and get a COVID vaccine in Moorhead this week, no appointment necessary. Clay County Public Health is holding walk-in COVID vaccine clinics at the Yumcomb Center on Wednesday and Thursday. The health department will be offering the single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine at Wednesday's clinic, which runs from 3 to 6 p.m. Thursday's clinic is from 1:30 to 3:30. They'll have the J&J vaccine and the Moderna vaccine. President Biden has announced that the U.S. will share 80 million vaccine doses globally over the next 6 weeks. The move comes as states across the country grapple with new CDC mask guidance for fully vaccinated Americans. Deborah Alfarone reports from Washington.
President Biden says the U.S. will send an additional 20 million doses of U.S.-authorized vaccines abroad by the end of June in a global push to beat the pandemic.
Because we have done so much here, because of the power of American companies, research, and manufacturing, we can continue to do more to help the rest of the world.
But here at home, there's controversy and confusion over the CDC's latest guidance, saying fully vaccinated Americans can ditch their masks outdoors and indoors in most places.
Some people may want to continue to wear masks, even if they're fully vaccinated. That's a decision they can make.
Large retailers like Walmart and Trader Joe's say they will no longer require masks for fully vaccinated customers. But some retailers like Kroger, Target, and Home Depot say they are keeping their mask policies. At least 60% of Americans have now received at least one COVID vaccine shot, putting the nation closer to President Biden's goal of having 70% of Americans vaccinated by Independence Day. Critics of the CDC's guidelines point out that just over 37% of the U.S. population is fully vaccinated. But life is already returning to normal in some parts of the country. Massachusetts will lift all COVID restrictions in the state by May 29th.
Effective May 29th, the face covering order will also be rescinded.
New York will adopt the latest guidance on masks and social distancing effective Wednesday.
We have to get back to life and living.
In other locations, it's still mask on. And some health experts say there's wisdom in everyone wearing masks in indoor retail settings for a few more weeks. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
And Target is now announcing masks are optional for customers and employees who are fully vaccinated. Nationwide, new COVID cases have plummeted. The 7-day average peaked at roughly 250,000 a day in January. Now they're down nearly 87%. If you're looking for places to get the vaccine, use our VNL vaccine tracker. It's on the homepage of our website, or you can open your phone camera and point it at the QR code on your screen and tap the link that pops up. Today's the deadline for filing your 2020 tax return. The IRS pushed the deadline back a month to give filers, tax preparers, and the IRS itself more time to sort through the many changes affecting taxes from the latest COVID relief package. Unless you choose to file for an extension, you must file and pay any remaining federal income taxes you owe for 2020 by today. Today is also the deadline for both North Dakota and Minnesota state taxes. The Biden administration announced today that about 39 million families will begin receiving monthly child tax credit payments for the first time. The payments are part of the expanded child tax credit program in the American Rescue Plan. Families will get monthly payments of up to $300 for each child under 6 years old and up to $250 for each child 6 to 18. President Biden called the new policy transformative at a White House briefing today.
Have told us this will cut child poverty in America in half. This tax cut sends a clear and powerful message to American working families with children. Help is here.
The first payments will start July 15th. YWCA Cass Clay is bringing more affordable housing to Fargo. The YWCA plans to buy the former Presentation Center convent building and turn it into 19 affordable, safe housing units. This is in addition to the 72 apartments the organization already operates, as well as their emergency shelter, which is the largest domestic abuse shelter in North Dakota. The new housing site will be named Lantern Light in honor of a founder who would care for orphans late into the night back in the 1700s. If you have new or gently used shoes to clean out of your closet, you can donate them for a good cause. The Good Feet store is partnering with Souls for Souls to help people in need. The store is in Fargo on 13th Avenue near the TJ Maxx Plaza. The shoe drive starts today and goes until June 30th. West Fargo police are keeping an eye out for kids wearing their bike helmets, and it could earn them a reward. They just launched their I Got Caught program. While out on patrol this summer, officers will be on the lookout for children wearing helmets while on their bikes. If your child is caught, they'll get a coupon for a free ice cream cone from Dairy Queen. That program runs throughout the summer.
Do you think it's a good time to travel?
Absolutely.
Up next, some travel tips ahead of what's shaping up to be a very busy Memorial Day weekend.
Summer-like sizzle near the international border. That's where things were hottest today. Hallock and Roseau near 90 degrees in the far southern counties. Great day to play some golf. Your forecast shows changes are on the way. I'll spell all that out next.